and welcome to the Homeversity podcast brought to you by Residential Equity Partners. My name is Michael Ashley. I'm the founder of Residential Equity Partners, and I'm joined here today by Stephen Cavalcanti. He's one of our managing members.
Hello, everybody. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah.
Thrilled to be with you, Michael.
I'm thrilled to be with you, too. We're with each other every day, though. Let's not act like we're not together every day. But you know what? At the end of the day, Stephen, it's like, I think about it, what a journey. It's been 11 years since I founded this business.
Yep.
We've done more than $1 billion in transactions. And it's like, I look at it and I'm like, 2,600 families we've been able to help over the time period.
Some gray hair.
A lot of gray. Not you, though. For some reason, I have all the gray hair. I don't know why that is. But it's been quite the journey. And you know what? Like, I think this podcast is really, really important because there are a lot of people who are going to be listening to this who are getting ready to make a decision that's life-changing.
Absolutely.
You know, you agree?
Yo, absolutely.
I mean, we talk to these people all the time. We talk to people who are facing foreclosure, people who have recently inherited a property. You know, I talk to people who recently inherited a property, and I say, you know what? Your mom and your pop, they worked hard for that inheritance for you.
Absolutely. The American dream.
You need to maximize that inheritance, and people go about things like the traditional way, like the regular way. And I say, why would you do that when we can get you so much more money for your inheritance? Or I talk to people who are in foreclosure who are thinking, I'm giving up. Literally, they're giving up, and I'm thinking, why? Why are you giving up? And I realize there's not enough information out there.
Yeah.
There's just not enough information. And we were kind of talking behind the scenes, and that's part of the biggest problem is that I think there's not enough information made available to people who need it.
Yep.
And the information that's out there, there's so much information and there's so much I hate to use this term, but it's true. There's so much misinformation and, quote, fake news when it comes to this because you have so many people out there who just they're in it for themselves. And you know what? Look, we've got a great business. We're in it to make money just like
Absolutely.
Everybody else is. But at the end of the day, we're A+ rated for a reason with the Better Business Bureau. You're talking about a company that, I mean, like, I think about it. We've got 500 reviews and 0 complaints. You know how hard that is? I dare any company in any industry to have 500 Better Business Bureau reviews. Better Business Bureau, not Google. Anybody could do Google. Better Business Bureau, completely 100% verified, 500 reviews and 0 complaints.
And I take that serious, you know, and I take a lot of pride in that because when you actually read these reviews, you can really visualize the stories from these clients, and the results are life-changing to them. You know, we're not dealing with somebody who's selling a pair of shoes or making a decision about life insurance. You know, we're dealing with somebody who's losing their property, who's making one of the most important financial decisions that they are going to be making in their life at the time.
Right. But the thing is, maybe they're not losing their property. Maybe
True.
They think they're losing their property. You know, so I think the name of the game here is we've got to get the right information to the right people at the right time because what we have to offer is critical compared to kind of what's out there. I think what's really like critical to talk about is heirs who inherit property and they first start to think like they got to go through the surrogates court process.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know, they got to go through the process of probate. You know, first thing is somebody passes away, and that's tough enough. And I mean, we both know the feelings because we both lost our fathers.
Yep.
Right? And I went through this on my mom's side. You know, when I lost my dad, I went through this with my mom. But you lose somebody, and the first thing that happens is lawyers call you, and they start soliciting you right away.
Chaos.
You need to get into surrogates court. You need to go through probate. Yep. I can help you. I can handle this. But the truth is that here in New York State, things are a little bit different.
Yep.
And I think our listening audience needs to know about that. A substantial amount of the heirs that we speak to that inherit property actually can liquidate that property without going to surrogates court and without going through the probate process. Now, I'm not a lawyer, so don't take this as legal advice. I'm telling you from my experience, but we have a law firm on premises.
And we see it happen all of the time.
It happens all the time that the law firm is able to work with the title company and get a probate waiver by getting heirship affidavits that could be gotten in days. So you could take a process that I would say the surrogates court process is what, 6
in New York,
months?
6 to 8 months, depending on the county. It could be longer, and it could cost thousands of dollars in filing fees, right? Or if you're
legal
hiring
fees,
an attorney, correct?
Filing fees, going through the process. Anything in court is a nightmare,
Right.
right? So you take that process and you turn it into 3 days.
Yeah.
Getting heirship affidavits.
Simplifies
that you're able
everything.
to do and get a probate waiver with the title company. Not everybody can do this, and not everybody qualifies for it. But I think, I don't know how you feel about it, but I think if I talk to 10 people who have inherited property, 9 of them qualify to go off the laws of intestacy in New York State.
To be able to bypass the arduous, lengthy probate process.
Right.
In other words, it helps fast track the process and make it much smoother and less expensive, for the heir that just inherited the property.
And in one case, like I was just talking to somebody about this. In one case, unfortunately, the person who passed away was in foreclosure. Mm-hmm. This was a forward mortgage, actually, not a reverse, but it was a forward. They were in foreclosure. They were in the final stages of foreclosure. If they had to go through probate,
they would
have
enough
lost
time.
the house.
Right.
They would have lost the house if they had to go to surrogates court. But because we were able to do it with heirship affidavits,
that's a good point,
and do it through laws of intestacy, it was a big deal that they were able to save that house from foreclosure,
fast track the process,
and fast track the process. And then, of course, you have so many people who have reverse mortgages, who when they pass away, they leave a house with a reverse mortgage. Somebody inherits that house.
Yep.
Same thing goes. The majority of those people can qualify to bypass surrogates court. Now, for other things that are not real estate related, you may have to go to surrogates court. I don't know. And
it brings up a point, Michael. There was a gentleman I was helping, the other day who had started the probate process, right? And when we initially spoke with him, he was about halfway through. So what we did is we were able to help him fast track the probate process to complete it, and then help him and his family and the estate essentially settle with the bank who was foreclosing. And it was just in the nick of time because the bank had filed the final judgment to foreclose just last week, as soon as he finished the process. So we were able to take that and kind of help fast forward, and fast track that process for them.
I think that's a great example. That's an example of how great our company is. I know it sounds self-serving to say that, but I'm so proud of this company. For 11 years, we've been in business. Yeah. We've done thousands of transactions.
We're really good.
11 years, billions of dollars. Yeah. We're really good at what we do, but the truth is, you take it and you look at it, you have us who has the money, right? Then you have the law firm that we pay on retainer. That law firm intercedes, gets the probate part, helps assist to get the probate part expedited, and at the same time negotiates the settlement with the lender. All those pieces are together with our money to be able to fund it, and you have a happy ending where an heir is able to walk away with the maximum real estate inheritance. And I think that's what people miss out, most on, about what's so important about our company, that we've got all of these different what do they call it, services
and the
resources. I think is a better word. All of these resources that can help a homeowner who may not be able to be helped.
Right. And I think that's
what's important.
That's one of the major differentiators, because I get this all the time. Well, it's funny. The other day I was interviewed by a homeowner, and one of the things he was asking was, I have 3 companies lined up to speak with, all that I'm talking to, and I want to know why you.
Well, first of all, those 3 companies, probably those 3 people used to work for us.
They tried to go out
on their own and do it on their own. And
correct.
If you go to their office, you can't find it.
Correct. There was no reviews.
If you come to our office, you see 30 people working there.
Correct.
No Better Business Bureau review, no verification. I'm not saying, I'm not bashing anybody, but I'm just giving facts.
But the critical point here is that the majority of parties that you're going to see that will facilitate or negotiate are not going to be a real law firm. It's going to be a realtor. So
Right.
do you want a law firm with 10 years experience, proven track record, and connections in the bank? Or do you want a realtor?
Well, the thing is this. Let's just face it. let's be honest. A realtor is allowed to negotiate with the bank to try
Absolutely.
and get a settlement, okay? But to have a law firm, it cost us, as you know,
yeah.
a lot of money to have them on retainer and have 7 people full-time committed to servicing our homeowners. We're paying for it.
Oh, yeah.
Our homeowners or heirs never pay for it, right? So that's expensive. The question is, realtors do it on their own, right? Because they want to save that money. But we pay for the law firm because we want to make sure that we get the best possible outcome for ourselves and for our clients.
Yeah.
100%. So I think that's something that's very, very important. When you speak to most of these, call them real estate advocates or whatever they call themselves, they're advocating for themselves.
100%. Self-serving.
Self-serving, advocates. And listen, that doesn't mean we're not in to make money. We're entitled to make a living too.
Absolutely.
It's just that we want to make sure you get the best possible deal, and that's how we're able to get the best possible deal.
And
so an example I want to give of this is like a brain surgeon is a doctor.
Yeah. You stole my line. I was going to do this, and you just stole my line.
So you do it. And an internist is a doctor. At the end of the day, if you need brain surgery,
You're not calling me.
Right. I mean, you can go to an internist for brain surgery, and he's a doctor.
Yes.
But you shouldn't be getting brain surgery from him. You should be getting brain surgery from a brain surgeon. And that's why having the law firm, I think on premises is so important, so critical to having the right outcome.
Without question.
For clients. And let's face it, the reason why most people don't have it is it's expensive.
Yep.
But after 11 years, thank God we've got the money to be able to fund it. So call us. We're here to help you.